All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Eclipse Monday. That's right. We just went through the eclipse here at the Rock and Roll Geezer show. We're still reeling. We're still reeling. We're still trying to get our bearings back into action. So bear with us if you will. Wow. Tell you what, I got a great show today on the Rock and Roll Geezer show, your weekly rock and roll news outlet here. A lot of good stuff going on today, man. It's a crazy time. Crazy times. We got some Kiss. Oh, jeez. Just got all sorts of stuff. The boss, of course, we saw his name in the news, and the Who have spoken up. We got some festival news from multiple festivals, so gonna be a good time going on here on Eclipse Monday. And I want to welcome my co-host Doc Fox. Did you survive the eclipse, Doc?
I surely did. I hope you didn't look at it, Murph. Don't look
No.
directly at the eclipse. No.
Well, I almost took Mark Farner's advice from the last song on the Grand Funk Railroad's live album. I almost looked into the sun as Mark did in that song, but I decided not to. And we were like way partial, you know. Although we probably still would have fried our eyes out, huh? Even though we weren't anywhere near the path of totality.
Yeah, we were. It said where we were at was like 93%, but it didn't
Oh,
seem
was
that
it?
much. But
No,
yeah, I don't
no.
know. Yeah,
It got a
it
little
did.
dark in the house.
Yeah, it did cast an eerie hue over things, kind of. But
Yes,
yeah, throw
eerie.
it to Pink Floyd Eclipse and just freak out on it. Yeah, whatever. But
Yeah, yeah. That was
yeah,
pretty
hopefully
bizarre.
it'll bring us some good mojo here. We're doing it right at the tail end of it, so it's right kind of ending up as
Yep,
we speak.
everything
So,
brightened back up. The spring is
but
here, as you can see. You see the dandelions behind me. Hello to my late mom. She's a dandelion lover, and spring is sprung. So yeah, yeah. We finally, I think we finally got over the hump. So here we go into a rock and roll year, ladies and gentlemen. Freaking a. And let's get. Why don't we dig right into the news, eh, Doc?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh boy, what do we got here first? Oh, look it's Kiss. Well, it's the Avatar Kiss, but nonetheless, Kiss in the news. Holy
That's the version
smokers!
that we will know from here on out, though, Murph.
That's
That's
right, man. Yeah, Kiss. Well, I'm not surprised at this. That they sold everything. They have sold their music catalog, their name, their logo, their image, their likenesses. They sold the whole freaking
rights
cahoot.
to the makeup, everything, man,
Everything to
everything.
Pop House Entertainment Group. And people probably don't know about Pop House, but we were talking about how ABBA, the group ABBA, put out a very successful Avatar show, I think last year or the year before. And this was the group behind it. Pop House Entertainment Group was behind the ABBA show. So, yeah, they bought Kiss. You know, they're going all in. They're going balls to the wall, baby, on all this Kiss crap. But they got 300 mil, which that's pretty darn good. Cause I don't, they're not a Led Zeppelin or a
Righteous
Elton
bucks,
John.
man.
Righteous, righteous. Yeah, I think you go about 25 bucks. Righteous bucks. Yeah, thanks, Spicoli. But yeah, and we discussed this. I bet you. Yeah, I bet you. Peter and Ace don't get a penny of it. What do you think?
Oh, I'm sure of that. Yeah, they were. Oh God, when they had the reunion in the late '90s, they were like
Okay.
employees at that point. They were employees. They were brought back on as employees, and that's how they got the rights to their makeup and why Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer was wearing their makeup. So they had the rights to
Wow.
all that. Yeah, so Ace and Peter, I'm sure, are totally out. Yeah, that 300 is going to be split between Gene and Paul, no doubt.
Oh
So
man. Well, we already know. I think Gene's worth like 400 large. Paul's 200. I think Peter was 5, and Ace was under
was
one.
yeah, Ace
Under
was in the
1 mil.
hole. Yeah,
Yeah, damn near in the hole. Ace in the hole. Wow, good call there, man. Yeah, but of course, everybody's selling their catalogs, and being the end of Kiss, the actual embodiment of Kiss, they just said, let's cash out while the getting's good. Why not? And Gene Simmons, I got a quote, an article here that had some pretty interesting things from Gene Simmons. He says, there's not going to be another Beatles, Hendrix, or Kiss because there's no longer a record industry. There's only chaos. The next 15-year-old kid who plugs into a Marshall amplifier won't be able to make a living because record companies don't pay advances, royalties, or promotion anymore. It's the it's the freckle-faced kid who feels he or she is entitled to steal music without paying for it. Because in their logic, you don't need money because you're rich being a musician. That's the problem with downloading in the internet. Now everything is for free. He goes on, from 1958 to 88, you can name at least 100 bands or artists that became iconic. Everyone from the Beatles to Elvis Presley to the Rolling Stones and many more. From 1988 until today, you won't be able to name one iconic band. And don't tell me Nirvana. They had 2 albums and were done. The nail has been put into the coffin of rock and roll. Signed, Gene Simmons. That was a Dan Rather Access TV interview in 2021. But yeah, digital. You don't have to pay for it. Boom, boom, boom. Well, yeah. I feel sorry for the lesser bands who the only way they're going to make money anymore basically is from gigging, because everything can be stolen. Like we've talked about before, you can go on YouTube and find any song basically, you know, Bluetooth it through your car stereo. Yeah, so it's not like the old days, Bob. We used to have albums and we'd transfer them onto our cassette tapes, our MXR or our TDK cassette tapes, and then we go put them in our car. It's not like that anymore. Don't have to buy anything.
Well, a lot to unpack here. So 300 million. Yeah, they're going through Pop House. This is the one. Yeah, they saw the ABBA Avatar thing, and they apparently it was life changing to them because now they're all in. They've
Yeah.
sold to that company. Their next step is doing that, and that's the future of Kiss, and they seem to be all in on it. So 300 million, Kiss. It cracks me out. Gene puts himself in the category of Beatles and bands like Beatles, Hendrix, and Kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, he's kind of been on that rock is dead thing kind of for a while. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of surprised and not surprised. I'm not surprised they're selling, but I am surprised they're selling the makeup and the logo and everything like that. I can see him selling the catalog, but the sell the whole
The
image,
whole
everything.
everything. Yeah.
So what now? If they, I mean, I guess that truly means they really aren't going back out because if they were, they would be employees of this company. I'm assuming, right? If they
Well,
sold the whole
they could
here's everything to do with Kiss you own now. If they were to go
not,
back out as Kiss, they would be employees of.
well they probably still retain the rights to do it personally themselves if they want. Although at this point, yeah, why
Yeah,
bother?
who knows what's
Why
in there,
bother?
right?
Geez, we're tired. We hate the face paint. We hate all of you. Blah blah blah. We're going away. I don't know. I just yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be the trend. We talked about that recently with Rod Stewart and oh geez, it was somebody else where they sold the rights to their image and likeness, and we hadn't really heard that terminology, before. And then, in the last 2 or 3 now that we've reported, we're getting that now. Here, Kiss is taking another step, and the whole logo and makeup, the whole everything.
Yeah,
So
Brian Ferry. Yeah, he did 50%.
yeah, he was the other one. Yeah,
So
yeah,
there's some people.
yeah.
Yeah, they're not going all out, but they're making. It's not seems to be a smart move. But Kiss, yeah,
Like I said, just that terminology of the image and likeness. We hadn't heard that before until last couple months, and now it seems to be the trend. And
well, yeah,
I don't
and
know.
also that's in college sports now too. Name, image, and likeness. The players are actually starting to be able to
You know what? Yeah, good point.
make money on it, make money off of their name, image, and
Yeah,
likeness
definitely
now.
a legal
So
angle
everything's
everybody's taking. Yeah,
so
yeah.
crazy, man. But yeah, again, though,
Who'd
it's
have
the little
thought? Who'd have
bands.
thought all this would be worth all that kind of money? Like Kiss
Wow.
songs would be worth $300 million. Who?
Yeah.
Come on. But
Wow. Yeah, that's a hell of
it
a
must be
risk.
worth that to somebody. And on top of that, we'd reported they're giving this company. Well, I don't know where the money's coming from. Investors, I'm assuming too, but 200 million for this whole Avatar project.
Yeah.
So man, they are really
Wow.
all in. This company must have a hell of a salesman, man, because they got
Yeah.
Gene and Paul all in on these guys.
Oh
So
boy. And
yeah,
yeah. Oh, hell, whatever, and avatars, whatever. Speaking of avatars,
real quick though, before we let go of that,
sure.
on Gene's statement,
Yeah.
don't give me Nirvana. They only had 2 albums. Well, you know what? Nirvana kind of changed more in those 2 albums than Kiss did in 30 years. So,
Well,
I
that's
mean,
an absolute truth.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Deal with that, Gene. Yeah. That first
but I
album,
get
that
it.
first
I do agree
video.
with this point, though. Obviously, all the movers and shakers were in that first, 30-ish years of rock and
Yeah.
roll, and since
And
then there's
now
been
it's just going to
a
be hard.
sporadic, group that have shaken things up. But everything's been done, so it's kind of hard to be
Pretty
original at this
much.
point.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's hard. It's just horrible. Speaking of horrible, geez, here we go. The one of my favorite bands back in the day, that would be the Who. The Who. And I've been seeing Roger and Pete speak up recently. Roger saying, I think he's 80 years old now, and said, it's just ain't, it's not obviously it's not fun anymore. When you get that old and that crickety,
are they
it's just.
still doing the line "Hope I die before I get old" when they do My
Well, that's
Generation?
funny. That's the funny. There's some comments on here. The first comment on this article I have here is, "Hope I die before I become Peter Townsend." So yeah, they're right in it right out of the gate. But Pete made an interesting observation. Uh, says here from alternativenation.net. Pete Townsend admits he no longer likes performing with the Who, and that a hologram tour could be on the horizon. Oh my gosh!
There's
But
another one.
yeah, well, but he says in a new interview, he says he got Frank and Guards, blah blah blah. Move forward. It feels like to me like there's one thing that Who can do, and that's a final tour where we play every territory in the world and then crawl off to die. He said, "I don't get much of a
Another final tour, yeah.
yeah, I don't get much of a buzz from performing with the Who. If I'm really honest, I've been touring for the money. My idea of an ordinary lifestyle is pretty elevated." Oh boy, big spender. He continued, saying that he doesn't see the future of the Who as two 80-year-old men on stage, but instead sees the Who as the four of us in 1964 when we were 18 or 19. If you want to see the Who myth, wait for the Avatar show. It would be good, he said.
That would be badass. I would be
You
more
really
apt to.
want smashing guitar? Oh,
You know what?
Moon,
I'd be more
Moon.
apt to see that than the Kiss one. Absolutely,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Seeing from
Oh,
'64. Oh my god, you kidding me? Absolutely.
I don't mind if a guy's dancing with my girl. Yeah, those were crazy mod rocker
Right,
days,
right.
you know?
Oh my god, yeah, I love to see that.
And then, well, or the 67, the real destructive fuckers doing live at Leeds and shit, the crazy son of a bitches. But either way, yeah,
Or
you're right.
even right like '78, right before Moon
Ah,
bowed out.
yeah,
Right
I
around
saw him
that
in
time too.
like, I think
Anytime through then.
I saw him in 76 at the
That'd
stadium in
been a good
Chicago.
time. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Moon came out fully dressed in a Bears football outfit. He had pads and everything. Just a crazy nut. Keith Moon, what a crazy fuck. But yeah, Roger did say that yeah, they're tired. And let's face it, it's not the Who anymore. When you think of when you grow up with the original Who, this is, a couple of old geezers out there strumming songs I remember that don't sound anything like they used to, So yeah, give it up. Avatar show
Yeah.
would be cooler than Kiss. You're right though. Yeah. Amazing. Early crazy days of
Well,
the
that was
Who.
one band that wasn't a lead singer and backup guys. I mean, they were
Four lead
four
people,
lead people. Absolutely,
performers.
man.
Yeah, four
I mean, you
solo
got
artists.
you can't replace Keith Moon. You can't replace John Entwistle. The most replaceable would be the lead singer, I would say, in this band. I mean, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be happy to see that. That'd be kind of cool. But you know what? Good for Townsend to come out and say, "Yeah, I've been touring for the money, man. I got a high lifestyle, man, and I need money, and that's what I've been doing."
Wow.
But he's always been that kind of no bullshit kind of guy too, though. So kind of
Yeah.
right to the point kind of guy.
And he writes to the point too, boy. Classic songs. Yeah, let's remember the classics as we remember them instead of trying to do something goofy. But
Yeah, but
oh,
they are that band that Quinn. I mean, Kiss too. Kiss, but even the Who exceeds them, I think, because they've been doing final tours since the early '80s, man.
yeah,
That's
man. Oh, well, I saw the tour when they had what Kenny Jones doing drums,
right,
and
right.
I think they had a horn section. For one thing, I
Okay.
think they're doing Quadrophenia at that tour. But yeah, jeez, because I saw the original, no horn section, and they were just out of control good. It was just amazing. And then to see them with a new drummer and a horn section, oh boy.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
good to see some variety though when you see a band for multiple times though, But yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you mean though.
Yep. Yep. Moving
Sometimes you
on.
want to see the core.
That's right. Well, that's because that's what we remember. My big example is Ariel Speedwagon. I saw the core band, the original, and whatever. That's what I remember. That's what I'm fond of. But also, I'm not fond of is all these freaking Scottish bands, Doc. What do we got here? Look at here. What's that? Oh, Rockville, Rockville. Well, doggone it. We talked last week or the week before how there's a bunch of Scottish bands that dropped out of the South by Southwest
Yeah.
festival down in Texas because the Army was uh, promoting, well,
Sponsor.
sponsoring it. Thank you. And boy, that just gets my craw just because you're only able to come here and perform because of the warriors, that the military that gave you the
Yeah, it does
our
matter.
rights.
It's that virtue signaling. We're above
Gosh,
all that, and you know what? Why are you taking the gig in the first place? This is the second one now. They
yeah.
took the gig at South by Southwest. Oh no, we're out. They took the one at Rockville. Oh no,
Now
we're
we're
out.
out. Yeah. So that,
You know
yeah,
what?
exactly.
What are you doing?
They canceled a second festival. It's because of the same reason. The army is helping them out too. But you know, you should be thankful. Well, but at the same time, this is Scotland. Have you heard they don't have First Amendment over there, so you can get busted for speech that they
Misgendering
don't
someone.
like.
Yeah,
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 right,
yeah,
right, right.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they made a big law about it too. And
Right.
that gal who did the I don't know, the Harry Potter books, she she's
J.K. Rowling. Yeah, she did some
she's
hot water over it.
daring
Yeah,
them to arrest her because
yeah.
but so and now you're gonna come over here and complain at our music festivals, you goofy Scots. I'm a freaking shame. I bet you Willie the groundskeeper would be ashamed of you guys, quite honestly. You know, we all, of course, know and love Willie the groundskeeper from The Simpsons, but yeah, shame on them, man. Whatever, they can do what they want, but and then there's some comments that here's one of the first ones. They are free to stand for what they believe in. And one of the reasons they are free to do so are because of the men and women who fight for that freedom. Boom.
True
So
that. Well,
it
but
is.
see, here's the thing. It just to me, it just goes back to are they just trying to get their name out there? Is that why they're taking these gigs and then virtue signaling and turning them back down just to get their name? Scowl is the name of the band. Who's heard of
Oh,
this?
yeah.
And then, well, they're the main band, I guess. But South by Southwest, there was a number of bands, right, that bowed out. All the Scottish and Irish bands, I believe, that bowed out. So here, I'm sure it's going to be a trend here as well. So
Well, let them
I
though.
don't know why and then what's going to happen. These people that book these festivals, why even screw with them? Why even mess with these bands? Are to me they're blacklisted. Why
Yeah,
there's a million bands that would love to be on that bill.
you're
You know
darn
what?
right.
If
That'll
you
be
want to
good or
just
better.
if you want to just waste our time to get on here and virtue signal and say, oh, you know what? Now we need to back out. We find out it's sponsored by the. You know what? That's why these festivals are surviving. We've talked many a times how these festivals have to cancel and bow out because they're
They
not
don't have
they're
sponsors. They don't have enough
yeah they're
money.
not
They don't have
able to
enough
be
everything.
they can't be supported. So you know what? They're getting sponsorship and it's the U.S. Army. It seems like an odd sponsor, but it seems why would the U.S. Army want to sponsor? I don't know. Is it a recruiting
Yeah, it
thing?
is
Do they have?
weird.
Is there a way to? Do they have like recruiting booths at these fests? Is there a way to do
Oh, I'm
that?
sure.
I
Yeah,
can imagine. Yeah,
they got
but
to try something because they're
you know,
falling behind on their recruitment. So, but yeah, Scal, they posted, we will not be performing at this year's Welcome to Rockville Festival in Daytona Beach, Florida. So they want okay, go back to Scotland and deal with the raw weather and the wind and the
right?
rain, you douchebags. Really? Oh, we don't want to go to Daytona Beach, Florida, because the
Uh,
Army. You goofballs. Yeah, that's a real good move. You know, okay, they've got their conscience and whatnot, but geez, give me a break. You know, why do you think we have freedom in this country, you goofballs? And they can't even, they can't
well, to them,
misgender anybody over there in
they don't even
Scotland.
think along in those terms. They're just thinking, hey, we need to. Again, it's to me, it's just a marketing ploy. They're just trying to get their name out there. Why else even take the gig? So I don't
Well,
know.
we'll see. I'm sure.
I got no respect for that. No
Well, and
respect.
we'll see. We'll see if the
Scowl would be a good name for them. They have made us scowl.
yes,
We have
we
scowled
scowl.
upon
We scowl
them.
upon you. Any of their crowds at this point, yeah, they ought to just stand there or not even stand, just sit down and scowl.
Scowl. They
Hey,
have been
you
scowled
jerks.
upon.
You're right, though. I imagine we'll hear about this again. This probably won't be the end of it because they just they can't help themselves. Speaking of festivals, here we go. I've known about this festival in a while. Well, Wisconsin's a rock festival, and I think it's Cadott, whatever,
Cadeau. Yeah.
Wisconsin. But
Yeah, we talked about last year, remember?
yeah, oh yeah. That's pretty big freaking deal. They got a big camping area and stuff, and it's just wild. But they've announced changes. They've announced changes to their festival after last year. The event was criticized by Falling in Reverse frontman Ronnie Radke. There he is. He's everywhere. Okay, way to go, Ronnie. And here's the problem. Love Ronnie, man. Don't know him, but love him. Jeez. The majority of the crowd are in bench style seats while hard rock bands are performing, leading Radke to label the crowd at the event as boring. Oh, fans are always allowed to criticize bands, their music, and performance. It's time for bands to criticize crowds. God, it Wisconsin was boring as hell. Laughing out loud. What are some cities you band dudes hate playing because you know what the crowds are lame or whatever he says here? But Rockfest is clearly working to improve their popular event, and it is rolling out a plan for festival goers to mosh in a designated area. That's right, folks. Rockfest, they just had the benches there. Nobody could get up and mosh or do
Right.
anything. And mosh pits have long been a source of contention for venue owners and organizers due to the potential liability, obviously, they can create, while mosh pits are also a very important part of hard rock and heavy metal history. I, I don't know, Doc. I don't, mosh pits are all fun, I guess, when you're a youngster. Just run around and bash into each other. No, peace and love, not war, as Ringo would say. So good for the moshers, but I never did really get that. It's like, whatever, get their
Yeah,
aggressions out, or
we had talked about this last year where Radke, and we've talked about him on so many stories now.
he's all
His
over the
music, I
place.
could take it or leave it, but he's been
He's
kind of good,
oh,
bad, in between, admired,
all over the
admonished,
place.
everything.
Yeah.
He's been, and so yeah, last year he kind of criticized and he put that out on social media, criticizing the crowd. Well, really come to find out, yeah, they got these bench seatings where they're kind of limited to what they can do. And apparently the festival organizers took note, and they're going to make an area where they can mosh. So
Ronnie
yeah, I
Radke.
mosh. I've I've moshed. I've been in
Yeah.
the
Oh wow, you're a monster though. That might
but
be horrifying to mosh with you. Gosh.
no, I'm a big teddy bear. Man. I'm
Yeah.
joking. But there's a
Yeah.
lot of dicks in
Six
there, and
foot four, a teddy bear. Yeah.
I've seen guys that just going there and just plowing dudes. It's just yeah, it's just
Well,
that's
that's when
not cool.
someone
But
like you comes in there and
yeah,
enlightens them, if you
right,
will.
right, yeah,
Enlightens
redirects
them.
them, yeah.
Yeah, in the right way.
But
Good for
yeah,
you.
the power of Ronnie Radke, man, he's getting the mosh pits put in there at the Rock Fest, man. So
Wow, like you
you know,
say, he's wow. What a complex dude, man. Like you say, we've heard the bad of him, we've heard the in between, we've heard the good. I mean, this guy's all over the place. But wow,
remember his
what a
fans
character!
bought the ad at Times Square for his birthday. I've never heard of anything like that. So this
Yeah,
guy's a
this
kind
guy,
of an
he's
enigma, man. He's
really
kind of yeah.
some. Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. How
uh,
about him?
the
But
enigmatic life of Ronnie Radke.
good for the nutty. Good for the nutty. The good for the nutty moshers. I don't know. I don't get it, but in terms of moshing, that's all I got to say about that. All right, yeah, moving on. But here we go. A name that a lot of us really don't like, and that is Ticketmaster. Sure enough, Ticketmaster. Zach Bryant, one of the country guys, he's the latest one who's come out against. We've had so many musicians come out against it. I believe one of the first that we talked about was Ronnie Radke. I think he's one of the first, but we've seen Kid Rock and a few others go after it, and now it's Zach Bryant, and people, they got to realize now, Ticketmaster and Live Nation are basically now one and the same. They're. I believe one bought out the other. I believe they really
Oh
have
yeah,
a monopoly at this point,
yep.
and a legalized monopoly. And yeah, there's so many people that are not happy about that at all, and I really can't blame them because ticket prices, geez, you know, there's a couple of concerts this year. Ticket prices, even for the lawn, pretty big, pretty doggone expensive. And what what option do you have otherwise? Boy, oh boy. So they're all bitching. Zach Bryan's bitching. Ronnie Radke, Kid Rock. They're trying to get something going, some kind of stand against Ticketmaster, but they're just too damn big. They just own everything. I think they own. They're that. Well, they're in cahoots with Tinley Park, where we go, of course.
Oh, it's a Live Nation venue. Yeah, oh, yeah. Live
Yeah,
Nation. They own
and they
several
do a lot
of
of
the
stuff in
venues. Oh
Chicago
yeah.
too. So they
Oh,
basically got
absolutely.
the whole area covered. What do
There,
you think?
there's venues that aren't associated with them, but yeah, the vast majority, man, they it's not 100% monopoly, but it's pretty damn close, man. And yeah, they're kind of kind of doing what they want to do. The one that kills me is they still got the fees. The $30 fees for process. Everything's automated online now. What is that fee for? There's nobody there at the
No,
ticket
but
booth
yeah.
processing things. What is that $30 fee for, man? Honestly, man, so
Remember
yeah,
when?
they just they just gouge you where they can, and
Remember Eddie Vedder started this years and years ago. He
yeah,
railed against Ticketmaster in a
yeah,
big way.
yeah. I
They
remember
trying
we
to
had
get
the
around them
you know
at a tour or something.
yeah, oh yeah. It seemed like every year we've been doing the show now for a while, and actually episode 104, 2 years,
Yeah,
2 years
yeah,
of
baby.
shows. But
Hmm.
it seems like every year, it gets to be concert season, and this topic comes up, man, and it just seems to get worse and worse every year. And Ticketmaster slash Live Nation is, we don't care. We're who we are, and you deal with it, or we're the only game in town. What else? You got no choice.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
ticket prices keep going up, and what are
Well,
you gonna do?
you got a processing fee, a facility charge fee,
Oh
a
yeah,
service fee, and Lord knows what other fees. So
oh yeah,
it's just ridiculous. Back in the day, was it Ticketmaster or was it called something else? When you used to stand in line at the
yeah,
Sears in Aurora or something, stand in line overnight sometimes
yeah,
to
yeah,
get quality tickets. And even though, like you say, it's gotten easier and digitized and all that crap, they still keep charging extra fees when there's nobody there. The process is all done
yeah,
by computer. So,
yeah.
what a rip! What a freaking rip!
Yeah, okay, yeah, it costs something to run that server, that automated service to do that, but it's not $30 per ticket. And you know what? That's the cost of doing business, man. In this day and age, you have to be able to be online and have that presence and do it. So, yeah, but they don't care. They don't care. They know they can get away with it. So, yeah,
Yeah, how about that, jerks. So there you go. Yeah, they are destroying everything, and I'm helping them by like going to like 5 concerts this year. I'm going to be helping them. So shame on
well, it's like
me.
I said, it's the only if you want to
The
go,
only
it's the
game
only
in
game in
town,
town.
man.
What else you gonna do?
Yeah, I hear you, chimney
And they know
creepers.
that. They just slowly creep in that an extra $5 every. Like I said, people know typically we got season passes. This year we opted out of that, and
Yeah,
why? Well, a big part of it because we can't bring in our own chair. We have to buy their chair $15 a pop.
yeah.
So yeah, they just keep grinding and
Nickel and
nickel and
diming you.
diming. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, back then, if you bought a lawn seat, you got a chair for free. You know,
Right.
that's how they started. And then you get keep, they're losing too much money on us bringing our own chairs. That's why. I mean, that's the absolute reason why. Not too many people bringing in their own chairs, and they
I don't
do
know.
that.
We still see a lot of those rented chairs. So I mean, they made a good buck on those still, but
They're
apparently
gonna
not
make a
enough.
better buck.
Not
Yeah,
enough. Yeah.
not enough at all, my brother. Here we go. Oh, this is very exciting. I love this picture. This is like the best picture ever. Hi-oh! It's the King Crimson right there. There he is, the King Crimson, the Crimson King. Yes, and oh, this is exciting. Gosh, I gotta find. Wait, we gotta find somebody to drive into Chicago. I ain't gonna drive into Chicago, but Steve Vai, great guitarist, Steve Vai, and Adrian Belew, legendary guitarist, and Tony Levin, legendary bass player and Chapman stick player, and Danny Carey, the drummer, incredible drummer of Tool, are getting together for a U.S. tour, and they're going to be playing all like 80s King Crimson. So that's going to be mind blowing. Oh my gosh. They're going to call the King Crimson Tribute Supergroup Beat. That's what they're going to be their name. And that's going to be crazy, dude. See I got to see this because it's just the upper echelon of musicians. It really is, They're just it's crazy because Adrian Blue's been playing with King Crimson for forever, and Tony Levin, same with the bass, forever. I mean, I think he played. Geez, we all know Greg Lake was the original bass player, but yeah, Tony Levin's been playing with it for decades, and so that's going
People
to
don't know
be
Tony Levin. He Peter Gabriel's bass player, and he
okay.
has like little mallets he puts on his fingers and hits the strings with. I've never seen anybody else. I'm sure there's some weird jazz dude out there or something that does it, but I've never seen anybody else that does it. And
Peter
yeah, he has
Gabriel. Yeah, Peter
yeah,
Gabriel
his little
suggested he
mallets
try
on
that.
there, and yeah, it's funky. I don't know if he's doing that with the King Crimson stuff, but
He will be. Oh Christ!
yeah,
And
yeah,
he'll have
you
the
got to
Chapman
just to
stick
show
and
it
all
off.
that
Oh
stuff.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be cool.
Peter Gabriel. He was the one that suggested he do that. Hey, why don't you try hitting your strings with well, they were drumsticks. Tried it with the drumsticks, and now he's turned it into a real thing. He
Yeah,
did
he's
it
got like these
on
little mallet looking
what
things,
is it,
kind of little.
Sledgehammer or the flip side of Sledgehammer. He did it on one of them where you can actually hear how funky it sounds.
Oh yeah.
It's got the killer sound. But yeah, so they're going to be touring. I'm sure they're going to come around Chicago. They'll probably be in one of the clubs or one of the big clubs up in Chicago or the theaters. So I have to you know get somebody to do. I ain't driving up there, damn it. But that's very exciting. I'm surprised Robert Fripp ain't going to join them, but he's giving
The,
it his blessings.
yeah,
So
yeah,
he's just going to stay home with his wife and record goofy videos to
yeah,
put on
exactly.
Facebook
Yeah,
or something at
yeah,
this point. Because, yeah, boy, Adrian Palou. Oh, good riddance. Good freaking riddance.
yeah. Fripp's like a dude. Let's get Steve Vai. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Steve Vai can step in and do it. Why not?
Oh, well,
I
yeah.
mean,
Oh,
and then Danny Carey too. On top of that, I mean, yeah, they're not messing around, man.
oh,
They're gonna be,
this is
and
gonna
they're
be
playing what three of the albums from the '80s. I guess they're I don't know,
well.
they're staying focused. I'm assuming they're probably gonna play them complete, probably,
Well,
or
guitarist Adrian
really.
Belew, who worked, who's been with the Crimson forever, stated the 1981 through 84 King Crimson created a music all its own, timeless, beautiful, complex, fierce. For the fans who lived through it then and the ones who never got to witness it, our aim is to bring it to life again. A monumental task, but we're going for it. There are not enough exclamation points to express my excitement. And then Steve Vai added to that, being a part of this ensemble is an extraordinary privilege and opportunity to perform some of the most beloved, timeless, and monumental music of the 80s and beyond with truly inspired musicians. This music resonates deeply with me, Adrian, Tony, and Danny. Our unique musician, that doesn't make sense. Deeply with me. Oh, Adrian, Tony, and Danny are unique musicians with an otherworldly insight into presenting rich musical complexities in a very accessible way. And I'm looking forward to searching each other's musical minds in real time on stage. I'm sure sparks will fly. Oh my! And then Tony Levin speaks up. Of course, this is going to be quite a tour. And obviously, and Tony Levin, he's one of them guys who takes massive pictures of every venue, every gig, everything. He's big on that. So we'll see a lot of pictures of this tour. He says this is going to be quite a tour Revisiting some of my favorite music is a treat in itself, but in company of this stellar lineup, I expect to have my musical butt kicked. And it's also great that we're not just playing a few shows, we're hitting it hard. So, road dogs are coming to your area soon. This is just going to be fabulous. You
Yeah,
want to
that's
hear?
going to be some top-notch musicians
You want to hear
just
what
pushing each other, and
Danny said too? Should we hear from all four of them?
yeah.
Okay, so Danny offers I should use it. Uh, I'm very excited to share the stage with three of my favorite musicians on the planet. Tony, Steve, and Adrian have always been a source of inspiration for me since the beginning of my career, and now to be able to share a bit of my musical journey with them is a dream come true. There's nothing better to make some sparks fly and light a fire under your ass than getting out of your musical comfort zone, and I can't think of any other three guys I'd rather do this with. I think I can speak for all of us when I say I hope all of our fans are as excited as we are about this tour. Did you see that? I went from regular to hillbilly to English. How about that accent there? So yeah, this is going to be crazy good. I mean, all these music, obviously Danny Carey, Tool. I mean, obviously he's going to be able to handle it. I mean, these are complex musicians, so
Oh yeah,
very excited about that.
yeah. They're going to be pushing each other, and it's going to yeah. It's
Oh,
been in the works for like 5 years. They've been
has it really?
trying to get this put together. So they're finally getting it put together. Like I said, it's got Fripp's blessing and everything. So
Well, Fripp
yeah.
talked to Vi, and he said, which is bullshit. I'm sure you're the only guitarist who will be able to mock my or mimic my playing. But no, I'm sure there's about a million out there if they really tried. But it's a nice compliment of Fripp to give to Vi. So that's going to be a good tour.
Yeah, but those guys get that level. They're talking like really nuanced stuff, and they're like,
Yeah.
so yeah.
But that's going to be great. So good for them. Good for them. And here we go. Oh, who's that? Oh, it's Motley Fools. Or don't Motley Crew. I'm sorry. Oh, there was a story out there. I knew right away there had to be some fishiness going on, Doc. I smelled fish from a mile away. And here's the headline. Nikki Sixx says the new Motley Crue music has been described as, quote, powerful cross between country and hip hop, unquote. And that was on multiple news sites. And I'm thinking, wait.
Not an April Fool's thing.
No, this wasn't April Fool's either.
It was not on an April Fool's thing. Yeah.
No. So, but I'm thinking, okay, something's rotten in Denmark here. And then, sure enough, a few days later, Nikki Sixx comes out and trashes the media because he was just punking the media. Back in the early days, they used to call that being punked. That's right. Geez. In my early days, I don't know what that would have been called, getting shit on or whatever. But yeah, he totally scammed the media, probably on purpose, just to jerk with them, just to see if they flew with it, and they flew with it, and and I knew something had to be right there because even though I'm sure John Five could do hip hop and country or whatever the hell he wants to do,
Oh yeah.
this is Motley Crue. They're not, not going to be doing a cross between hip hop and country. No, I knew there was something wrong. So it's just funny, man. It just he just proved that there's so much shit in the media that nobody does any real reporting, no
They're so
investigating.
gullible. They're just gullible.
There's
Yeah.
no They only have
Yeah.
investigative reporters,
No.
investigating reporters anymore who actually see if a lead is
No.
real or if a comment is
No.
actually real. No, they just go with it, and then somebody
Clickbait.
else will
It's
go
all
in.
about clickbait.
Oh, geez, what a shame. Yeah, and
We try not to participate in that. Probably we should. We might get some more clicks, but
well, Nikki Sixx,
we have something called integrity. So
yeah,
no.
we're not. Yeah, it's just unbelievable. Well, Nikki Sixx, he says here, media running with a joke about new Motley Crue music just shows how they can be unprofessional and irresponsible. And Sixx cried out, acknowledging the falsehood of his own post. 2 days earlier, fans expressed utter confusion while commenting directly on his post that described the new music. Always keen on mocking the media, he believes the media, quote, Just saw an opportunity for clickbait to sell ads. He
There you
said,
go.
this stuff always makes me laugh, and then made another comparison to the band's new music. It has not been verified whether Six was also joking about the music being, quote, kind of reggae, EDM. Just, yeah, whatever,
Yeah,
Nikki.
just throwing
Just
out
learn
your
how to play
crazy
your bass.
genres, right?
Just
Yeah,
learn how to
right.
play your guitar. Don't worry about this
Uh,
crap. Just keep wearing your rock clothes and learn how to play guitar, damn it.
but that's their stick. That's how they stay relevant, and that's how they sell tickets, man. And well, in this case, sell
Okay.
albums. They got an album coming out. But yeah, like I
Oh,
said, when I
yeah.
saw you think, all right, they got John Five, they get away with it, and Tommy Lee's delved into the hip hop world with some solo stuff, and you're like, no, because I remember John Five making statements. This is like some heavy shit that they're working on. So I'm like, man, that don't jive. Yeah, something. Yeah, exactly. Something smells rotten in Denmark. We need to work on bringing that phrase back. Something smells rotten in Denmark. I think
How about it, man?
but
Jeez.
yeah, John Five said, this is going to be some super heavy stuff. So, um,
Yeah, I imagine. It, we'll
yeah, like I
see.
said, Nikki just punking everybody, whatever, as the
Yeah,
kids say.
yeah. All right. Finishing up. Let's finish up this rodeo, baby. There's the boss. There's Bruce Springsteen. Saw a headline here where he signed a, let me see, Bruce Springsteen took a moment at his San Francisco show to sign a note for a young fan that was skipping school. Surely a memory they won't forget. Oh, that's cute. I don't know. Can I be a curmudgeon? Can I be a geezer? Can I be a geezer, Doc?
Careful.
Well, I don't know. I think the boss should have first said, "How are your grades?"
Right?
Considering all I hear about is how bad a lot of our school systems are doing, where 70% of the kids can't read at grade level or math at grade level. I'd say first, how's your grades there, youngster? And yeah, then I'll sign it. But that's just curmudgeon aside. Yeah, that's sort of cute and whatnot. But jeez, ah, put he was skipping to school the next day, I imagine. Or what? Is he skipping?
I would think so. Yeah. Right. Or maybe, I
Well,
don't know, maybe there's some travel
I,
involved. I don't know. Who
well,
knows?
if he's skipping school the next day, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's BS. Then sorry, no way. You know, back in our days, Doc. Yeah, we've we we partied, till deep into the morning, only to have to get up 2 hours later to go to work. So, if this youngster wants to, if he wants to prove himself, no, no, no. You don't miss school the next day. You suck it up. You
No,
get home
no,
at 2 in the
no.
morning. You take a 2 hour, 3 hour nap, sleep. You get up and you suck it up like we used to back in our day when we used to have to walk
Nah,
2 miles through a
these
snowstorm to get
these
to
youngins,
school.
yeah, these youngins, they don't have the constitution for that, Murph. They don't, you know,
Gosh
they don't have the
almighty.
will for it. It's just about the will, to do it. Yeah. So yeah, they're always
Oh,
looking for an
gosh.
out. No, let's be honest. It's a way to get his autograph, But
Oh,
yeah, I
yeah.
think he's kind of. I've heard the story. It's been a few years now, but he's done similar kind of things. But
Yeah, yeah. We have talked. I
yeah,
think we talked about this a couple of years ago. He's done
yeah.
that, or somebody did that to him. I think it
Yeah,
was
his
Bruce.
shows, there's a lot of people putting up signs of all sorts, song requests and things like that,
Hey,
and
Bruce, snip my
whatnot.
taint.
I
Sorry about that, Doc. But no,
don't think I
that's
saw
good.
that one.
That's well, that's all. I guess that's all. That's all good and stuff. I guess. What the heck? But yeah,
That was in
no, he
San
should.
Francisco. He should say,
Oh yeah. Oh, stay home, Frederick. I know you're tired after the concert last. No, in the Midwest, they'd be like, "You're damn well getting your ass up. Get yourself a energy drink. Get out the door. The bus will be here in 10 minutes." Damn punks. I'm kidding. I'm just a curmudgeon and a geezer. But that's what we are, man. That's what we do. We bitch. Well, a lot of weird stories this week, Doc. But it's just rolling on, man. The year is progressing finally. We just finally broke the winter streak, and spring is here. And oh boy, that's just very cool. Going to be a great year. And thanks, folks, for joining us. Episode 104. Be sure if you haven't yet, subscribe. Like a video, make a comment or so, holler at us if you want. We can deal with it. But in any case, have a great week, and we'll see you next week. So why don't you take us home there, Doctor Rooney?
Yes, sir. Yep, episode 104, 2 years worth of shows, man. So thanks for everybody that's been along for the ride this far. If you're just checking us out for the first time, yeah, we do this every single week, man. Just whatever the rock world gives us, we'll comment on and have a good time with it, and hope you do too. So yeah, thanks for checking in, and we'll see what happens next week. Until then, have a great rock and roll filled week, everybody.